The Capitol doesn't close every time there's a threat, only the credible ones. That's because there are just simply too many threats. Are breaking into cars using a special tablet to program a new key, so even if the car is recovered, the original key doesn't work. I did ask the post office to explain how mail gets from here, your neighborhood mailbox, to here, the elections office, for your vote to be counted. Harvard researchers have categorized every county in the country into 4 different risk categories for COVID-19. Merging diamonds are a relatively new concept in road design. It'll move the southbound traffic here to the other side of the road, so people will be driving on the left. The short answer, most of Governor Whitmer's executive orders signed after April 30th aren't valid. Parents are still lining up to get their child's devices for the new school year. The Lansing School District had to buy thousands of new iPads and laptops. 90% of people living in Lansing will be within 2 miles of a ballot drop box. Michigan restaurants are among the hardest hit during the pandemic.
It's horrible.
The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services ordered their dining rooms to close last month because COVID cases were soaring.
The pandemic has been very detrimental.
Lisa Slade owns Finish Line Family Restaurant in Hillsdale. For more than 6 months, the dining room has been empty, relying on to-go orders to keep her in business.
I mean, we don't even really cover enough to pay what we need to pay, but we stay open to try and stay viable.
Restaurant owners here in Hillsdale say when the dining room chairs went up, customers went south to Indiana and Ohio.
And I don't blame them. I mean, if I had a choice to go sit somewhere, I would.
Jason Walters can't wait till customers can be seated again in his downtown Hillsdale restaurant.
I feel like we have an unlevel playing field here where we're trying to do whatever we can to survive, but we have more hurdles to get over than some of the other businesses.
Around the corner at Here's to You Pub and Grub, they'd like to welcome any customers on site at this point.
Well, we only had 6 tables in here, and we were able to pay the bills of 6 tables, you know, so it's not like, yeah, we were able to do it with 6 tables and 4 bar stools. Now we're not.
Slade says she'd like to see more local control over COVID precautions.
It's really not fair. It's not fair when states all around you can be open for dine-in and we can't.
Restaurant owners across town say they've lost more than half their usual sales this year. They tell me they're not sure how much longer they'll be able to open if the shutdowns continue.
I don't back off very easily. Sometimes I should.
Senator Mike Shirkey recorded standing by his comments about the Capitol insurrection.
That's been a hoax from day one. That was all prearranged.
Governor Gretchen Whitmer.
We spanked her hard on the budget. We spanked her hard on appointments.
And baseless claims of fraud in the 2020 general election.
Trump very well could have got these elections going in Georgia, Pennsylvania, Nevada, and maybe even Arizona, but not Michigan.
The Senate Majority Leader was recorded during a meeting with members of the Hillsdale County Republican Party last week, explaining why the organization shouldn't censure him. Last night, his office released a statement in which he apologized for the words he used, but not for the sentiment behind them. Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist calling Senator Shirkey out in a statement saying this behavior is beneath the office he was elected to and the standard of decency the people of our state deserve.
First time it's happened, it's about the 3rd or 4th, and this is certainly the worst of it.
East Lansing Senator Curtis Sertel says the majority leader's comments are embarrassing.
We're sad and angry at this point. You know, at the end of the day, our job is to walk in here and do the people's work.
Senators on the other side of the aisle aren't as strident.
Do you think that this is problematic?
There's a lot of words being used today that you just have to look at the definition of them.
I did ask Senator Shirkey's office if he would like to comment. A spokeswoman told me no. Blackman Township says there's no issue with the water coming from Jackson's water plant. They say the notice has to be on the bill because of state regulations.
With 4-week-old puppies, it can do a lot of damage just like it can for a child.
William Capon didn't notice the sticker on the back of his water bill warning of high levels of lead in the township's water supply right away. He says he bought bottled water once he did.
It makes me question a lot of things. Blackman Township's always been very open, very honest with the people that I've talked to.
Blackman Township gets its water from the city of Jackson. Last fall, Jackson sent water samples from homes in the city and the township to the state for testing. 8 of those tests from the township showed a high amount of lead. Because Blackman Township has fewer water customers than Jackson, it triggered an automatic notice under state regulations put in place after the Flint water crisis. But follow-up tests showed no lead. That's why Blackman Township engineer Jack Ripsta believes the state lab messed up and the water is safe to drink.
And 3 of those homes were brand new homes in Blackman Township that have they don't even have any copper piping in their systems.
Ripstra says the notices have to be on the quarterly bill for a year. The first notice went out in November. The state will continue to take samples of the water to make sure it is still safe to drink. Capon says he's had his water tested for several years.
A little bit more of just being cautious, not only with our puppies, with my own health issues, that I can't afford to have any heavy metals.
You can sign up to have the township test your water every year. We have information to do that on our website, WILX.com.